Alright guys, welcome to HeadtoHead Battles, and this is Dr. Susu back at you with another one, alright? Today we're going to be talking about the 5 meta decks, the new meta decks post-Banlist. Like, goodbye Block Dragon, goodbye O-Lion, and no more Jet Synchron. And welcome back to Harpy's Feather Duster and Bardiche. Good day to be alive, ain't it? But before we hop into this video, make sure to subscribe, like, and comment. Hit that notification bell to join the notification squad. And if you want to talk about things like this live, we stream on Twitch every Sunday, Wednesday, and Friday at 7:30 p.m. EST. Be there or be someone who missed the ban list, which is impossible with all these reaction videos. So without further ado, let's roll the intro. Alright, so I'm sure by now we've all seen the reaction videos like, oh my god, this ain't that kind of video, bruv. We're gonna be discussing what this ban list did to the top current decks now, and what it can do and what implications it will have moving forward. And today we're gonna be using some natural lighting with the windows open, because it's early, I'm filming early. It's new for me, this is so new for me. But let's hop right into it and let's talk about what's not in the meta anymore. Emancipators. Now, with Block Dragon gone, they lose so much consistency that unfortunately, if consistency makes a deck good, the deck isn't as good anymore, right? And with Call by the Grave going to 1, which was from left field, by the way, unfortunately, they're more susceptible to hand traps, and they can't get around it because they don't have Block Dragon. Like, Block Dragon was just like a get out of free jail card almost, but now that you can't get out of jail for free anymore, anything you eat in the form of hand traps will be eaten like gruel. The first deck that I really want to get off my chest is actually Burning Abyss. It's burning inside, okay? And I did get it checked out, I promise, all right? And oh my god, did Burning Abyss get a lot off this ban list, right? You have Tour Guide to 3, you have Seer and Graph both to 2. Like, oh my god, the consistency level just went through the roof, right? It's like, yo, you want to see me go into Graph, into Seer, into Graph? You want to see me do it again? And guys, I know I say this a lot on this channel, but if a deck has a good strategy and you can get to it consistently, it makes it a good deck, right? And this is something that you guys need to understand. Burning Abyss puts out the same board over and over and over again, and with the addition of Rusty Bardiche now, and all the Phantom Knight back row cards, and the regular normal BA back row cards that they play, the deck has become very dangerously good almost. And at the same time, a lot of these cards that you see in the strategy are really low rarity. Like, most of these cards come in common, so not only is the deck super accessible, like, it's just really powerful. Like, BAPKs was a deck like from the past, and it is making a recursion. Like, that deck will be so freaking good. Like, you need to pick this up before you can't, right? Because in every archetype, there will always be cards that like are expensive, even though everything else is super cheap. And also, because this deck has a pretty low ceiling, meaning it's kind of easy to play, that plus it's a budget deck, this is something that you want to consider moving forward in the new September 2020 format post-ban list. Alright, so the next deck that I want to talk about is actually Infernobles, right? You're asking yourself, why is Smoker Need still a card, right? And I'm asking the same questions, bro. Trust me, I am asking the same questions. Infernobles is a deck that allows you to see your opponent's hand and then rip a card out. So cards like Neospatian Dolphin and Smoker Nade kind of make Infernobles kind of a degenerate strategy, but it's still fair, I guess, in a sense. But Smoker Nade really needed to go, but I mean, it's okay that it didn't, right? And the reason Infernobles is still a contending deck is because they can do all that without O-Lion or Jet Synchron, right? Because their normal combo relies off of synchro summoning anyways, they never really needed the O-Lion and the Jet. The O-Lion Jet combo generally gets them the Borolo Savage or the Herald, but a lot of Infernoble Knight players aren't even running Herald anymore to begin with. And then you have cards like Tatsunoko that you can go into pretty easily. And what you have to understand about the Infernoble strategy is even with the hits to the ban list, the deck is still really good because you still have powerhouse cards like Isolde, which is broken in the deck, right? You have new cards like Immortal Gearfried Phoenix, you have Renaud, you have Fireflint Lady. You have extenders for days. Like, yes, you may need to draw deeper into the deck, But if you open the right card, which is usually now going from a 1-card combo to a 2-card combo, you will be able to put up a really strong board while at the same time making your opponent start with 3 to 4 cards in hand, which is insane to think about, right? Because even though you lost Call by the Grave and Call by the Grave is 2-1, Infernoble Knight players don't really run Call by the Grave because they can rip out the hand traps like step 1. So if you're playing an Infernoble Knight player and you open like Nibiru Ash, they can literally get rid of both of those cards from your hand. Because Infernobles, even without Jet or O-Line, can definitely play through one hand trap due to the sheer amount of extenders that they play in the deck. But what you have to understand is decks like Infernobles reward good players. Meaning it's not a deck you can pick up and just play, right? The deck got a lot harder with the ban of O-Line and Jet Synchron, but what you need to understand is a smart player has already thought about, hey, what if O-Line and Jet got banned? Because those are cards that are more likely to get banned than Halki Fibrax, right? Like no one really thought Hulk was gonna get banned. Like let's be honest, right? Also, this deck is kind of played on a higher of a budget, and I know we do a lot of budget decks on this channel, but guys, if you want to spend a little bit extra and learn a really powerful deck that rewards good plays, then Infernobles is definitely a deck that you should check out and have in your arsenal. All right, so my number 3 slot has to go to Dragonlings, and oh boy, did LP survive another one, and another one, and another one. Dude, LP just, right? So this deck, like broken by Shu Ping, like Shu Ping broke this deck, is going to stay broken. All the cards in this deck are really budget and come in very shiny cardboard, and it is the format for Dragonlink players. The ability to have an Appaloosa, a Buster Lock, a Borreload Savage Dragon, and now with the addition of Dragoons, this deck is bananas, right? Like this deck, like you don't even need Needle Fiber for Dragonlink. Like Dragonlink players, some of them don't even run the Hulk combo, like the 1-card Hulk combos, right? The deck just like with Borreload Sector and Quick Launch and cards like Rocket Tracer and LP, the deck is actually really just full of extenders and like gets you to the end board that you are looking for, right? And to be quite fair with you, like even if you can't even get to the Borreload Savage Dragon anymore, which I'm pretty sure you can, Dragoons and Predaplan, Verte Anaconda, and Red Eyes Fusion are just so rampant in today's meta, and there's no reason you can't play it in Dragonlink. Like your end board is literally insane, and with the addition of Dragoons and your opponent only being able to play a single Call by the Grave, like you can play second. Like just think about that. Dragonlinks were strong already going first, but strong going second, like holy moly. And the thing about Dragonlink plays is it's an easy deck to learn but a hard deck to master, right? Because now you do have to play through the hand traps, you do have to play smarter, but we're Yu-Gi-Oh players and sometimes smarter is just a little bit harder. So just to kind of like reiterate on Dragonlinks, like they don't lose much with the loss of O-Line or Jet Synchron, right? Like Dragonlinks have their own cards that need to get banned, like LP, but they have cards like Romulus, Striker Dragon, and they just have so many extenders, and like they're so free, and the deck is good and cheap. So that's why it is on our 3rd slot here, but not that any of these decks are in any order. But if you are a Dragonlink player and you have a dope deck profile, leave a comment down below, okay? I want to see it. I want you to prove it to me. And then join my Discord, give me the deck list so I can put it out as our deck, you know what I'm saying? Alright guys, so number 4 on my list has to be Eldlich. Now, I know what you're saying. Oh my god, I can't play Synchro Eldlich anymore. Well, I mean, good. Like, it wasn't meant to be a Synchro Eldlich deck anyways, right? Now, we can play the deck the way it was meant to be played. Well, actually, to be fair, that's not entirely true either, okay? See, the thing about Eldlich is it's a splashable engine. That's why everyone is playing it in, like, Invoked Eldlich, you have Dogmatica Eldlich, you have this Eldlich, that Eldlich. It's like, bro, can I just play Eldlich? It's True Dracos 2.0 all over again. You see, Eldlich is one of those engines, right? It is an archetype, but it's an engine that is splashable. So what do we know happens to engines that are too splashable? Skystrike, I'm talking to you, man. Or woman, I guess. Because Eldlich didn't get any direct hits on the ban list, they have free reign to do whatever they want. I mean, yes, most Eldlich decks were running the Synchro variant, and VFD was just everywhere, and VFD didn't get hit on the ban list. But I mean, again, their engine is so consistent. Just the fact that you have cards that can search out Eldlich, and then once you use the trap cards and they go to grave, and then on end phase you banish them to set them straight from the deck, like, that automatically makes it extremely broken. And I know a lot of players originally didn't think this deck would do anything, but how wrong you were. Comment down below. I want to see what type of variant of Eldlich you're playing so I can see if I can play it too. Maybe we play Grand Module Eldlich. How do we feel about that? Comment down below. And again, guys, I know I'm like a broken record when I say this, but the Eldlich strategy is very powerful and it's very consistent, right? Especially if you splash it in another engine that helps you turbo out Eldlich and helps you out get things out of the extra deck quicker. It's something that you want to definitely pick up. But I know on our channel, we always talk about budget, and Eldlich is definitely not budget whatsoever. For 3 copies of Eldlich, you are definitely paying like northwards of $350. So this isn't a deck that I can recommend lightly to anyone, but if you do want to play this deck, it is a very good deck and you'll definitely be rewarded for, you know, holding on to your resources and playing correctly. All right, guys, so we're finally here at number 5, and I know you were waiting for this, okay? The last deck on this list is Dino DNA, all right? I got that Dino DNA right here. We're just too strong. Now, because Miscellaneousaurus is still at 3, and dinos have had 0 hit to them. Now, I know dinos also play the synchro variant, but I mean, Pure has been just smashing the meta. And big shout out to Team Sam for coming out on top with dinos during the Konami Remote Invitational. Now, this deck is a serious competitor for upcoming formats, right? If dinos were beating rocks and other synchro decks at full power, like, there's no way in hell dinos don't do something without those things like running rampant out there in the meta, right? Now, dinos are actually a pretty cheap deck that you can pick up because essentially for 3 structured decks and a couple of cards that you may or may not need, you have a full Lost World dino deck. And Lost World in itself is actually a really, really broken field spell because when you summon a token to their side, they can't imprem you from the hand, they can't evenly, like, it's just so good. Now, the only expensive thing about dinos is kind of their extra deck and maybe the Pot of Extravagance. But the thing is, you don't really need the extra deck because Ultimate Conductor Tyranno is one hell of a card. I mean, oh my god. And the best part about this deck is you really didn't need Called by the Grave to begin with because you have Miscellaneousaurus at 3. I mean, you can definitely run the one Called by the Grave, but if you have Miscellaneous in the graveyard, they can't interrupt you anyways, so dinos only got a buff from this ban list. Like, this was like the dino player's wet dream of a ban list. And another really good thing about the dino strategy is it's really easy to learn and really easy to master. So we're talking about a very powerful strategy that is consistent, that is easy to play, and very budget. That is like, that's the Powerpuff Girls right there. Wait, no, it's Spice, Nice. I'm sorry, comment down below if you get that reference. My bad. Now, the one good thing about dinos is there are a lot of variants that you can play, but generally speaking, Lost World pure dinos is probably the route to go unless you have something spicy. I mean, let us know in the comment section down below, bro. Don't hold it for yourself. Come on, man. All right, guys, that's it for me today. If you would like to see more videos like this one, go check out the playlist that we have. We do have a lot of these. And also, leave this video a thumbs up. If this video gets 500 likes in 5 days, we'll be giving away a booster box of the most recent set, bro. I want to do these giveaways just for you guys. You know why? Because I freaking love you. And you and I, we're on this journey together. And thank you for being a part of this community. All right, guys. We are so close to that 5K subscriber mark. So let's get us there. All right. And as always, guys, make sure to subscribe if you like Dr. Susu and these shenanigans. All right. I don't want to keep you here any longer than I have to. This is Dr. Susu from Head to Head Battles, signing out.